opportunities when it comes to Thrive, right? It's the same thing. So think about your own story, and that this person is probably somebody that you can bless. Now, I do much of the same thing where, I'll actually, we'll start talking because I don't have any problem talking. I will actually say, you know what, I have a number for you that I want you to listen to, and I actually text them the 24-hour pre-recorded call, right? I text it to them, and I say, you got your stuff you got to do. I got to run through here and get my groceries too. I'm going to set you up. I'm going to call you when I get home. And I might even have a 3-day trial that I can get you set up with. I can pull one together for you if you'd like. And but I can call you. We can get our groceries put away. I'll call you later. But when you get in the car, I want you to dial this number and listen to it. And it'll be over before you even get home. But it'll give you a glimpse of what this is all about, right? But here's the thing. So because I texted them, now what do I have?
Their phone number.
Their phone number. Right? Yeah. So don't be afraid, guys. It's just like anything else that, people are always looking for something. They're always looking for some kind of a recommendation. I need a new vacuum. What do you guys use, right? People are always looking for something. And here's the other thing too, is that if you're a new Thriver in the room, we've kind of done all of the hard work for you because we've been here for a little while. And when you start to share your experience, even on Facebook, your friends may have seen Thrive, but now because they know you and they trust you, and you're going to have such a better opportunity to get that person thriving because they know you. So never be afraid to share your story. But you know it like the back of your hand. You don't have to learn it. You don't have to have a script for it. There's nothing perfect that you have to say. You just talk about your 1, 3, 10. And that is going to come out from you. That's your passion and energy and excitement, right? So don't be afraid of it.
Well, what do I say now? Honestly, for me, I think when someone will come up to me and ask me about it, I just kind of go, oh my gosh, you have got to trust me. I just really lead with anything. If I'm doing a video on Facebook presenting or anything, you've got to trust me. I've got to get this into your hands, and you're going to love me forever. Like, I think I say that a million times over and over again. Like, it makes me awesome. I'm Superwoman. I'm Super Mom. I can get, more hours out of my day because of Thrive, and who doesn't want more hours in their day? And I'll just say, I've been thriving for 3 years. I feel awesome, more energy than I ever imagined I could. And it does a million things, but I can't really simplify it all so quick. I just got to get it in your hands. You just have to trust me. You just got to try it or experience it. And really, I just leave it at that. Just, you have to trust me. And it kind of goes from there.
Okay, so let me go get my purse, because I have what I do in my purse. So someone asked me, what's that? Is that a smoking patch? I'm like, no, it's an energy patch. It's Thrive. You've never heard of it? And they're like, no, I haven't. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And I pull out an energy pack, and I get their email address and their phone number, and I give it to them. And I carry them with me everywhere. And these actually don't have shakes in them because I have this thin purse, and I had to use it like that. So I explained to them it actually comes with shakes. I only had a few that I brought, but so that's really what I do, and it works because you got to kind of give that excitement to them, and they're like, I want some. Like, they're missing out. And that's what people need. Like, they need to feel like they're missing out, because then they're going to want it.
So you just give them 1 day?
No, it's actually, that was one I had to take pills out of. I have it's 3 days in here. So it's like 3 packs of capsules, and then 3 of the Black Label DFT in these. And then usually I put 1 shake in there, and I tell them to do none. It just depends on how I tell them to take it. I have directions that I send to them. So.
Okay.
Chad, do you have a question?
That was it.
Yeah. Okay. You got to look at them when they look at your patch, you guys. So you have to look at them like they haven't brushed their teeth in a week. Serious? Just kidding. Just kidding.
All right. Our next topic is it's top promoter 101. Basically, what I want to talk about and discuss is introducing a new promoter. What are the steps that you take within the first 48 hours of somebody becoming a part of your team? So, KA, I'm going to have you start out with this one.
what I'll do as soon as they get started is make sure that they're starting to pre-build an audience on Facebook. Either normally a promoter is always going to be someone who's experienced the product before and loves the product and wants to share. So that's, I would say, 99% of the time. I want to make sure that they're exposing their audience as soon as possible to what they're doing, how they're feeling, just putting into their own words. They don't have to be an expert. But just sharing with their friends as soon as possible. Once those 14 days start ticking, we want to maximize those as quickly, as best as possible. And I like to connect them usually within the first 48 hours to Holly, so they know that they know why I'm here. They know who their upline support is. They're connected to someone. They've heard someone else's story because they've probably heard mine a million times, and they have another resource. So I definitely run through that. And one of the big things that we like to stress, usually in their first, VIP period when they get started, is just never be a product expert. All you need to focus on right now is GPOT. Get people on Thrive and get this product out of your hands as soon as possible, or pre-sell those trials. So you have a demand, create a demand for what you have, and get that out of your hands and into people's hands as soon as possible. And let the product do the work for you, and let us do the validation for you to those people, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, you guys, you want to. These are things that we want to make sure that this person doesn't need to know anything else except how excited they are, right? Because that excitement that they have, I remember calling up some friends and just saying, listen, I don't know what the heck this stuff is. All I can tell you is that everybody is loving it. Everybody's loving it. What do we have to lose? You got to check this out with me. And this is what I did within my first couple of days. Well, I do remember Paul saying to me, Cindy, you need to register 100 people in your first 30 days. And I said, 100? Are you insane? And he goes, I'm not telling you to get 100 orders. I'm telling you to get 100 people's eyeballs looking at this information. Get them their free account, have them look at the fan page, listen to the 24-hour call, and get them on. If it gets to that point where they're ready to ask some questions, then you want to get me on the line, that kind of thing. Because I did have Paul, that was nice back in the day. It was awesome. We don't have that anymore, do we, Regina? No. But the thing I do say is I want you to make it a goal that in the next 48 to 72 hours, you're going to have at least 25 to 30 of those people signed up, right? 25 to 30 in the first 48 to 72 hours. That's 10 a day. You can do that. And I say, because here's the deal. Out of those 30 people, you're going to have a lot of people that'll say, well, I don't get paid until next Thursday. I, got to check with my doctor. I got to do my research. Really? I just saw you at McDonald's. I want to check with my husband. I'm going to look into it some more, whatever it is. You're going to have some people that drag their feet, but they're in their Go VIP. And chances are, out of those 30, you're going to get your 2 customers and your 2 promoters quickly. And it's going to help them, go for that Go VIP 1600. Now, I will say, I don't know about you girls, but I actually make the goal Go VIP 1600 out of the gate. This is the goal. We're looking for 4 customers and 4 promoters. Because even if they land just missing 1 or 2, they're still getting more commissions than they would at the Go VIP. See, they're not going to go any higher, really, unless you have like some kind of rock star that asks you a lot of questions. But they're not going to really go higher than the goal you set for them, right? So let's go for Go VIP 1600 and think about that. But it's so very important, the introducing, that's a really great thing. Introducing to the upline, just saying hello so that they know that they have a resource. And by the way, it's almost like a 3-way call. I don't know about you guys, but I have more of a connection business-wise in building with my second line than I do my first line. My first line, guess who they go to? The person above me. It's just like the validation. It's like the 3-way call. So you really do want to make sure that you're connecting everybody to your upline. And get them in a chat or get them on the phone. I just want to introduce you. And make sure that they know who their support team is. Keep it tight, but make sure that they know everybody, for sure.
I don't have a whole lot more to add, but I just feel like it's important to have the confidence in your new promoters. When they first start, I know I didn't have the confidence of what I was doing. And so, just like Cindy was saying, just having that expectation that this is what you're going to get, but you have to talk with them every day. You have to help them through that. I'm constantly, I have a new promoter. She's probably going to hit her 800 and her 1600 tomorrow. Her VIP is. We got some people lined up. But she ordered that $400 kit, which I go into that expectation too, that that's what they start with, so they get those promotional codes. And then my next expectation, you get that out the door. She had all that product sold 3 days after she received it, turned around, ordered a $190 kit, sold all that, and then turned around and ordered a $800 kit that she just got, because she's like, I'm tired of running out of product. But she's getting that product out as quickly as she can. But we talk almost daily, and I'm having to always explain what she needs. You know, when she got that first customer, great, all you need is this and this, you know, to hit VIP 800. And then she got her second one. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're halfway there. We got this, you know. And then we got her first promoter. So it's just building that confidence all the time in them, because they don't know. And sometimes they're just ignorance on fire, and I like that too. They just go crazy. I think that's a great thing. But sometimes they're a little bit more reserved. They don't know how to go about sharing. And I'm like, just share your story. Let's practice. You know, what are you going to say to somebody? So anyhow, it's just really important when you have a new promoter that you have that confidence in them. The VIP 800, the VIP 1600, that is the bloodline of this business. Yes. It absolutely is. And when promoters hit that and earn that, that's when things really start taking off. And not that, you know, they don't, that they can't, because that happens. But I go into that expectation, you've got to earn this. It's so easy. I'm going to help you. Let's do it.
Don't wait for them to be calling you either. You guys, right. you got to be the one that is initiating that phone call. Okay, hey Rockstar, how are we doing today? What's going on, right? And even if you're new and you don't have anybody, then you got to use the confidence. You got to link arms with your leader. So if you have somebody new, you're the facilitator at all times, and just get them connected with the upline leader so that they can, you want to maximize that. If this is all new for you, it's new for them too. Get them connected to somebody, just like you might have been connected to somebody. So really, really important to be reaching out to them, connecting with your upline, and then just making sure that person is rallied around all the time.
And when you're reaching out, it means picking up the phone and actually having a conversation.
Yes.
It doesn't mean texting or private messaging how you're doing.
Right.
And not at all. You pick up the phone and you chat with them and have a conversation, and you ask open-ended questions, and then build up that confidence. So important. This girl is going to hit her VIP 1600. We talk at least once a day, if not 2 or 3 times a day.
Right.
So she feels like she's bothering me. I'm like, no, the people I don't hear from are the ones that I'm concerned about. And the ones that talk to me all the time, those are the ones I know are going to be rock stars and take off.
That's right.
So I want them to blow up my phone.
Mm-hmm. And keep it simple, and connect them with the upline, because everybody has a different experience.
Right.
You might have headaches. You might just have been tired. You can connect those people. So if you know your upline story, you know exactly where to take it, and keep it simple. Everybody just makes it too complicated.
Yes.
Well, you're modeling the behavior too. You're modeling the behavior. If you're always connecting somebody, if you're that facilitator, not only with the product and doing the 3-way calls, but you're doing that with your newest person, you're modeling the behavior, because then they know that's what they are going to do. When that new person is coming aboard, that they don't know any different. So you're going to have less chances of trying to reinvent the wheel. I mean, obviously we have a lot of rogue people, every once in a while and stuff like that, but your chances are going to be less if you're modeling the behavior, not only with the 3-way call with a customer, but with that newest person. If you're connecting them to their upline, your upline, the team, then you're going to be showing them that they don't have to do anything else except that. They're facilitators. Yeah.
So for me, what I have, when someone orders a kit, or I have given them a trial and they're ready to run with the business, I want them to post something on Facebook. If it's like a bottle of water and their capsules and it's the night before, they take a picture of it and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to start my day. Or let's see what this stuff is all about. Something silly, just a tagline to get people interested. You're wanting to build curiosity, not just shove it in their face immediately. The next day, post a picture of the DFT and be like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling amazing. Whatever it is that they're feeling, lead up to what they're doing, and because their audience is captivated by it. They want to know, and then when they see other people are asking questions, they're like, I want more. I want to know more info. What is this? What are you doing? I want to hear about it. And so that gives you the opportunity to have people to reach out to, instead of not having ever made a post and not knowing who's really interested. So with that, lately, You know, I have actually been doing it a little bit different lately because I find that people just don't want to get people on the three-way call with me. Especially, I have a lot of younger girls that used to come for hair, and they're just not in that technology, and so they're trying to use Messenger. And so I'm like, listen, I signed you up. Let's get this going. I need to know your goals. Like, what are you really here for? Are you wanting to make this an opportunity? Are you wanting to quit your job one day? Are you wanting just to earn $200 for a car payment? Like, what is it that your goal is here? And you find that out. And you know that because later you can bring that back up to them and be like, listen, I know you said, you know, you really wanted to get your husband out of his job. And I see that, you know, you're not pushing like you were. So I just want to, you know, bring that up to them. So you want to find out their goal from the very beginning because that's important. Some people are just in it for maybe free product.
Right.
And then you're going to want to have them get in touch. Like I have this one girl that's running with me right now, and I just love it. I actually have like three, but one in particular because she's close to me, and I love that. And she is just putting me in Messenger and Messenger and Messenger and Messenger and Messenger with people, and we're just getting them signed up like that. And that just makes me so happy. And so it's working through Messenger. So you find out what's best for them. Not everybody, I get on the phone with her when we talk, but sometimes her people, she's 20 years old. All her friends want to do Messenger. That's just how it is. So I'm working through Messenger, and it's working, and we're just going to run with that. So,
and you can use your voice.
Yes, I do that.
And that's where the power.
And I make videos for them.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So when people can hear that excitement in your voice, that's where the power's at.
Yeah.
And I think that brings us to.
She has a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. And I get the whole Facebook thing because I'm on it, but what if you're, you know, you get somebody that's really not into Facebook, they're really not on Facebook, they don't want to be on Facebook. What are your suggestions on how do they reach out to people without that social media?
I can answer that.
Yes.
So my promoter that's getting ready to hit her 1600, she does have Facebook and she has posted a little bit, but I don't think that she's really gotten anything at all from that. She's picked up the phone and she's called all of her family and friends. It has changed her life. She's passionate about it. She is telling them, and she even tells me, she's like, I'm persistent with them, Dawn. And I'm like, that's good. Because she just tells them, you need this, you need this. And she'll get them on the phone with me. And so I can share my experience. And they say that. They're like, yeah, Barbara, I mean, we see the changes. We can hear it in her voice. And she says, we need this. And so she just picks up the phone. She's telling people at work and so forth.
So then once you get past your family and friends list, you know, then I guess it's just people you meet on the street. You just kind of walk up to people.
Yeah, like back in 1995.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the 3-foot
Yeah. We didn't have, I mean, 25 years in network marketing, we haven't had Facebook that long, you know, so.
Right.
It's all new.
It's all, yeah, it is all new.
My
And social-
mom was a Tupperware lady, and we used to go
Exactly.
door to door. I would go take the little things and put them on doorknobs for her.
I mean, thank God that things have evolved and it's not old school anymore. I mean, but that's what it was, you know, that's the way that it was. And there's a lot of people that don't, you know, they're not into social media, and that's okay. But I guarantee you, if we were to go through her phone right now, we haven't reached out to all those people that are on the list. Right? So she's got a lot of contacts, whether it's through email, because she's probably been sending lots of, you know, forwards, you know, for years and things like that. She's got a lot of contacts, and they're just, you know, she can connect with you, you know, anybody that has just something very, very short. And your messages should never be more than an inch long. You do not want to be sending manifestos. You don't want to be sending, you know, a thesis about your entire story, because if you give everything, then you're not going to be able to go back and follow up if you give everything all at once. So just get with her on something really crazy. Hey, you know, listen, I don't know if you've been hearing about this Thrive thing, but it has knocked my socks off. I feel like $1 million, and I'd be a bad friend if I didn't talk to you about it, because I know and I've seen what you've dealt with. Let's chat, right? And then another follow-up. We're going to talk about follow-up, right? Okay, I'll pause then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd have them, you know, read some of the older network, like GoPro, for instance,
Sure.
like, and I mean, getting them in the hands of the self-development type stuff of
Yes.
the real deal network marketing people, you know, like you ladies have been doing it in a long time, because that, I can't think of the guy's name, but I always love how his whole entire life he made that connection, and then all his father told him to do was just find creative ways to keep in touch.
Yeah.
But I mean, none of that was through social media. So.
Right, you're right, absolutely. One of the best things I did was when it got close to Christmas, I would reach out to people saying, hey, I'm getting ready to do my Christmas card list. Would you like to be on it?
Oh, that's awesome.
Shoot me your current updated address. And that's all I said, but my signature was all Thrive at the bottom. And I didn't say a word about Thrive, but they saw all of that. And I got a lot of responses. Yeah, here's my address. Hope your family's doing great. Hey, what's this Thrive thing? And I'm like, that was the plan.
Email signature is critical to have all of that information on there. Replying to like the soccer team.
Yeah. The teachers.
Yep.
All right, ma'am. Chad.
While we're talking about email, how many of you run like regular email campaign or use it?
I've never used it, but a lot of people do. MailChimp or something like that.
For me, I've tried it and had zero success. Because I just know for me personally, it's always delete. Okay, I just read this one if it's from like a teacher or it's just something like Kendra Scott. Like that's about it. Like otherwise it's delete. So I'm not going to even open it if it's. So I've tried some campaigns and I've gotten zero responses.
Okay.
One thing I will jump in on, and this has something to do with follow-up, but we'll get into follow-up a little bit more. Here's the thing is that even if you did have something like that, Chad, let's just say that you had MailChimp and you had a great network of emails that you were sending, and it wasn't always about Thrive. Maybe you just you found a great article on Google about farming and how things are moving more into non-GMO. Maybe it's just an article, like that. And and then at the bottom you say something about, I'm so happy that I've connected with a company that has gone this direction in a more healthful way, or whatever it is. But here's the deal. I will tell you guys, when I turned 40, I was so resistant to getting glasses because my eyes were starting to fail me. I was really resistant to getting glasses. That's why I have this right here, because I was squinting. It's not because I'm mad and mean at you. It's because I was squinting so much, and I was really resisting. So I went and got my glasses, and the doctor's office that was in LensCrafters, let's just say, they moved and went private somewhere else. Well, I kept getting, like for years, just some kind of thing like we're talking about, an update, a newsletter, McDougall Eye Group, same thing, swipe, delete. But then when my eyes started to get worse, again, a couple years later, I'm like, I really need to go and get my eyes checked again. And I'm like, I'm going to go to those people. I remembered because they kept sending it. They didn't fall to the floor going, why do you like me? Because I wasn't responding. They just kept me on the list, right? And so I always remembered them. I might not have, they don't care. It was, and we're going to talk, I want to talk a little bit more about that when we get to follow-up, because you're just a commercial when you're following up.